5 reminders about hemming that will get you a crisp, polished garment. Hi everybody, I'm Tessa, and today we're diving into some help with hemming featuring our pattern this week, which is Summer Basics Tank and Tank Dress. This is one of my favorite quick sews for summer. It is beginner friendly, it's great for the season, it's versatile, and there's lots of ways that you can sew it. It's great for standalone wear or for layering underneath a cardigan or a little sweater or under a jean jacket. It comes in both a tank and a dress option, and it's today's Feature Friday pattern, which means it is over half off, and you can pick it up today for a steal. And we can also offer you free shipping on the print version of the pattern. Have you sewn the Summer Basics before? If you have, can you tell me what version you've sewn and what you thought about it? Leave me a note in the comments. I'd love to hear about your experience. Now, you might remember this make from a couple of videos ago where I was talking about the secret to sewing with printed patterns. Now it's time to finish off this piece ready for the rest of summer. And often the last step in the process is hemming. So I'm going to share 5 quick and easy just reminders for hemming. So hemming is one of the most useful, ubiquitous techniques that we use when it comes to sewing. Nearly every garment that we make requires some kind of hemming at some point in the process. And it's actually one of the most useful skills that we have in our sewing toolkit. How many times has a neighbor come up to you and said, "Hey, you sew, right? Can you hem my pants?" I cannot tell you how many times somebody has asked me that. And while hemming is not my favorite thing to do, it is so useful. And conquering this skill might even be a reason why some people start sewing to begin with. I'm only 5'2". I can't go into most stores and find jeans that are the right length, a dress that's the right length. So having the ability to hem nearly anything has really made my clothing choices expand. And it's really easy to use this skill for both my handmade garments as well as my ready-to-wear garments. So here are just a few reminders as you tackle your next hem project. Number 1, you have to try it on after you've sewn it and before you hem it. It's really important to double check your length, try it on, mark where you want it to fall, and then measure again, even if that's not what the pattern directions explicitly say. Sometimes you carry your length in different places. Like for the shirt version, I don't need any length adjustments, but I do for the dress version. And this, of course, depends on my fabric use as well. So make sure you try on. And you can even just try it on over what you're wearing. But I would make sure that your shoes, especially if you're looking at like dress length stuff, you want to make sure that you're wearing the shoes that you would normally wear as well. Number 2, press. It is so important to press before and after sewing your hem to lock in that fold and to make it easier to sew evenly. And of course, you're going to want to press it again after you're sewing to make the hem look smooth and professional. I like to use this hot hemmer tool to measure as I press to make sure everything is even. Hemming reminder number 3, make adjustments using the lengthen shorten line first before hemming. Hemming is great for fine tuning, but it shouldn't be used to make major length adjustments. If your garment needs more than an inch of change or so, always adjust the pattern using the lengthen shorten line before you cut your fabric, and this is going to keep the proportions accurate and ensures a better fit. Hemming reminder number 4, let drapey fabrics hang before hemming. This is true for wovens or knits. If you're using a fabric with a lot of drape, like a rayon, spandex, or anything with a looser weave, hang the garment on a hanger for a day or 2 or more before you hem. And it's going to let the fabric settle, especially at the side seams or the curves, so that you can get an accurate hem marking for your final pass through the sewing machine. And finally, number 5, hemming is a great place to do a low-risk experiment. You can use your sewing machine, a serger, and obviously a cover stitch to do your final hem, but there's all different sorts of ways that you can do those. For example, try a rolled or a lettuce hem on your serger, or play around with different stitch lengths for your cover stitch. Remember that fabric is always everything when it comes to finding new techniques and new things to experiment with. I would finish the hem of a sheer fabric that's woven completely differently than I would a knit fabric. Remember that this pattern does have several views with it. It's great for layering or great as a standalone piece. I love sewing it with a maxi version and letting my nice knit fabric really shine. I definitely suggest that you pick up the Summer Basics tank and dress pattern. I have gotten a lot of use out of my printed version of this pattern. I love that everything's ready to go for me, and we're happy to get that out in the mail for you as soon as possible if you'd like to have free shipping this weekend. So thanks for hanging with me today as we talked about a few quick reminders about hemming. If you have some hemming genius hacks or tools or skills that you think would be great for everybody else, make sure that you leave us a message about those in the comments so we can all learn from each other. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you pick up Summer Basics. I hope that you get this project underneath your sewing machine as soon as possible, and I hope that you enjoy the hemming process. As tedious as it can be sometimes, it also makes a really great finish to your piece. So, what pattern should we feature next in our lineup here for Feature Fridays? Let me know in the comments what is really looking good for you lately. Maybe we'll feature it soon. Until next time, happy sewing.